Now what honorable near time helmets and a boat trimwa. Are you going to be silenced? Not turn this country into a banana republic where everybody can just get up and be doing anything anyhow.
Now, JB versus Ghana National Fire Service, especially PRO or Montra or Mutai. Ninja a man from Kobo Kasoa, able journalist can journalist video say, I didn't think a journalist I made permission and son a water video. Quasam. So that bend done a journalist also permission and sana BBC will track a home video. Ghana National Fire Service and Torona Mudino. Momesko aba bidi JBO. Eti mu nyina mura na meti fight pa nya seke o akeka na adwen abobbo na adwen akere wo. Abrante nso kura kyerem de ya ombo no. Na mo pia ade na mo yesa. Fire Service for. She.
This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
If you respect yourselves so much well that it's a get a knee, and didn't need any obuo, and the mawa. And for one, maybe a wujina. It's a nurse, a get a knee who's a soldier knee bar. And I said, BBC, near who's a soldier knee or bound poor up a Major Hornmoa. Ghana knee will not have any option than to run away because of the soldier knee there, and no nonsense area, no go area. Maybe why? I am bitterly against the fact that an officer in uniform, ever to me a year sa atam adie, akwakofa bibi, and bobi and their plano, all in the name of the fact to say we're interrupted or why bibia etia emra. In any case, Ghana ya wamra who robe bray. That's a nyabutre video no. Ye wo mra wo be bree bra saso kire ye kwan ye fafa so obi form emra na meti ye say me form emra. The only option you have is to take me to the law court, a competent court of jurisdiction. Paniko ho na me kwa yet say seven producer who to me na san to me na wo no abro media so nti so wo ye me bibia ekosi hwe sa na mo amose mo na mo sesa bo to me e wo Ghana ha mo say sa se fo na be guso a e da mo no mo keka e da tell Ghana fo ka che mo say yo bibi kura na enye de be kwakosi hwe ha. If you care to know, there's a certain law, there's a certain emra about me, another person, anyone I will say who to minti get a photo no fra wodo wo sam dan the same brana about hoban sam dan na about me so be hoban. The only exception is that if you hold a certain public office, if you are a minister, if you are a member of parliament, if you are now a president, you enjoy a certain level of immunity. They are not poor, I don't know poor oh mom brother so. Nobody under this planet Earth is above any law of its own country, including Ghana. If you are some that you want to say, seven prejudices, be a in the act, you do not have any right whatsoever. You do not have any right whatsoever in that madness in your mind. So no one say about Kasani Pakrono. So what is about Krono? Oh, your court. It is only the court who determines who is a criminal, who is a thief, or whatsoever. The court determines that. It is not you, the officer in question. It is not you, the man in uniform. It is not a lawyer to determine that. It is the court, the only person, the only institution to determine that is the court. The court is being protected. And even the court is not above the law. The court is being guided by a core principle of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. It is an say, near previous cases unattended to, near Sabia, some predecessor, a broke Ghana, Yajan, and Tiaswa. It is not about the fact to say, Ghana, nearly a timid Ghana in this row, and as a Ghana Nino, and near all year, but it is because of the fact to say, Ghana Nino patent trine, but at a trino, and the more. You know, me, I dare me ya kese pa was ade we na mu say. Sir, the men in uniform, I'm not saying them by what set entire. That is the police, the military, the fire service, the prisons, or whoever immigration for. Someone sort of what the first thing on my answer. Someone so mudi for. I'm going to try their also. The first thing they would ever do, and so they try to try their also, to make you look so stupid. But then we are here to break it down. Now, the 1992 Constitution they provided a certain provision. Article 12, Clause 1, HSA, guaranteed fundamental human rights and freedom for every single individual in Ghana. Applicable to assaults. Prohibit all customary practices that dehumanizes or are injurious to a person's physical or mental well-being, covering a very harmful traditional assault. And a tradition for the year. Now, okay, chapter 4 of the Constitution. Me lawyer ni. Me fa me hu nhwemu say me lawyer. But the extent say unim twa and I say unim boy yeso unim hwe. Okay, chapter 4 of the Constitution. I say assault and similar offenses. Define assault and battery, differentiating between assault without actual battery and other forms. So there are different forms of assaults. I want domestic violence, whatever. But the fundamental issue is that Constitution provided clearly say, hey, if I say cano, membrano, and indeed. There have been several amendments. But in the case of Henry, you see here, Kasoa. The Ghana National Fire Service, hey, dear, let me applaud them for whatever they did in the first place. Because Nyedikai, Assembly see what Kasoa and Ameboa. That's what make Ameboa. Yeah, Kasoa Assembly see here. Assembly see here, no. It just see here, no. They had to come to the Flagstaff House from Kanda to Kasoa. I see a fire tender back pair. Doom eja. The second fire tender, Nefi Swedro say, Suhumo Sahifa and an Eba. So, yes, Swedro. So, in effect, na Akadia Minya and the Aquaquaye and Aquakodum Jaro Nebini Ho. Let's put that thing right in a bright context. Ghana National Fire Service for the Acadia, Amoni Yobojuma as officers here in our country. It is a job SC and I said Jabi at our Kasoa. Nasi a pair or do job for Momoko could do a Juma, Oboko Koya Juma from the from La Paz to Kasoa that enclave. There were various districts and municipalities that were quite so. Yamu be a bien one moment fire tender here, Juma. I just say about my pain, I saw you maybe my pain at a near the Snano catcher is a yera. Yes, right to yet be out to ye. Then yes, see the day. So what for a fire tender no alpha wire. I said, no, I just am kitwa. I'm your time on my pain. I saw ye fire tender. Kukufa, sir. Every kanda at the core Kasoa. See a cokodumja. And no Jimmy Amoa. Near Santa Mia Fiswadro. Near Tama Fiswadro Sadaba Bedru Kasoa. It means to say the Ghana National Fire Service, Yakishiro Wonsa Edward Guachi. And the chance of BBC, BBC, we are, and you the competence and the incompetence of the structure. We will evaluate the competence and the incompetence of our various institutions. I.e., our security institutions. So same way, ya politicians and the Ghana Fosika Edison Hunu. just a be politicians and the God of Wasika and this Muru as some predecessor. Yes, a be him. The young first cannot find your papa bet me a boy gun and no politicians so on ye, no ye na or China own your baby. It's just out to yet see this or help me see this a man yemi told biasa and sana ye who say ye pemwa and the free baby. Enti obasha na we yes certain committee na we na you be pretending to be working na pretend say ye adwuma abekọ wi akire na wotwe baako da wotwe mienu tim keja na de nasa na de dagu na ye adwene ho say enti saa de no say sibie mu a ede de be ye and yet here as we sit here right now say the COVID-19 asaso babie mu a ni yan COVID 2024 and I said 2025 Ghana ye de yesem gu ye ti atwajajo because ye nsu yansa bi afri COVID-19 mu e just say enye na esi e Ghana ha almost every year bibi fufuro esi ye hu the cycle disaster ye nsu yansa bi afri officers abo ho modern. Some of them, they lose their lives in the line of duty. Emma, omuni any single insurance covering them. I just said some predecessor. Omusi kanon kiti ya. You did share one kay. And omu yela la sula la satiti one kakra. It is so obi konya injury be. And as obi koko pra in the line of duty ya. Since the kind of as welfare no. Ni a time mubi. Ni da koko sheno. But they do not have any plan or any insurance for any single officer or the Juma in this line of duty. As you say to your memu, let's see a 2 other mobia. A bit to be a boy. I'm a for I am for corner say. Ye de on by no age number be ye. Ye pep for and mabunu, ye very energetic people. Now, I'm watching me Aqua and defend the flag of Ghana. Ye no bia because Acadiana ya de be Jumano, ye nibi. Oh, yes, that's say Sophia and Twata, that's a what won't quasi a woo. Shanra. Me who video me rock we are to the call. Me rock it broke me down and it reminded me of about 4 years ago. Ghana National Service personnel, about 6 of them, at Sable, a friend said, Boadu Junction, around Tech, Kumasi, or what Chibi Bobe for no reason. If you could try and talk to me, so say, me assaulted an officer where I was never close, anywhere near close to any officer. Now, Brantier, granted, so you're comfort. Tio, granted, sir, or you're comfort. What is the core mandate of any fire service personnel? O core mandate is Okodumja, maybe why? And your core mandate is Okodumja. Yasuma say Pia, dear Dakoye, Okodumja, and not rescue a certain situation. Yasuma say Kokobu Obiana. Na Kwabrani at me at helmet. I am more drew in that level of madness. I want the trimmer or honomo. No, what to me at helmet at a bulk of the trip. All the name said or suspected sir, Aquania Cronfor, and Nasa or you say, or you say, Nasa now some brothers are Peter Yamako. Do you determine who is a criminal? Yay. Ghana National Fire Service, do you determine who is a criminal? And it's about what somebody in an act. Say, oh, yeah, bibi, and I saw, oh, yeah, bibi, and the Ghana Mrafa. The next point of call is to arrest the person, hand the person over to the police for further investigations. But you don't go about messing up, more advertising your ignorance and your stupidity out there. Desmond Aka, who is the PRO for the Ghana National Fire Service. Now, you may break it down for a better understanding. See, immediate release, Maminkai from on the 5th of January 2026. For immediate release, Ghana National Fire Service clarifies viral video alleging assault by fire service personnel. So, Ghana National Fire Service for say, on person who be any maybe so. And the check Ghana for effort video beer or beer Ghana had to say a say Ghana National Fire Service for no binom almost for the SSA. Ghana National Fire Service for no binom. Akwacha branch bi abono. Sana headline today. So was say what they were who ye. And I want to be actually say no cry say no cry. But for the SSA. So it's an alleged situation. I give you that headline. Now tell you. I said the Ghana National Fire Service has taken note of a viral video circulating on social media, which allegedly, but me come from her. Nanya better understanding. The Ghana National Fire Service, SA, they have taken notice of a video which allegedly shows some yet to be identified. The Ghana National Fire Service for say, ni pakwa na wo video ni mu a omo ye omo personal so no. Ye ni mu osisi a. Afi ni ye de krata, ni ye VAR. Ni ye de identify such persons, such individuals who were involved in that very particular situation. They are yet to be identified by the Ghana National Fire Service authorities. Personnel assaulting a civilian whose identity has not been established. Yes, branch Fire Service for be a yenya hu won anim yenya hu ba bia wo station a wo and na asefo atia branch bia ya bono na branch de kura no yenya hu ne dibre yenya hu whoever the person is. Number 2, the service confirms that the alleged assault of a journalist. So point 1 says that nipa krono yenya hu ni dibra the way ositie yenya hu baby oye adwuma yenya hu whoever the person is. Then point 2 it say that same person na ye kan one some say yenya hu ni dibra ni position no sa nipa krono eyesem troni Fire Service for na eka o obo say sa nipa krono eyesem troni. Assault of a journalist is under police investigation. So how do you tell me Desmond, I'm PRO for the Ghana National Fire Service? How do you tell me, sir, the first point of call, what's in the background? You haven't identified the personnels involved in that particular act. And the partner, you're bored or no, you're sorted or no, send the background so unim no. Then your second paragraph comes to tell me, sir, send the background, even though you haven't been able to identify your personnels who were involved in that barbaric act, but it's under investigation. So who are you investigating? Yay. Who are you investigating? Who investigating why? That is the Ghana National Fire Service for you. So investigations and that the Ghana National Fire Service will fully cooperate to establish the facts. Point 3. The video captures an altercation between firefighters and a suspected thief. Tio, I don't know whoever gave you when the man was arguing some from what was a statement to inform to one of say, and your class a Ghana for 7 predators, a tip on course for the enemy answer. It is the mobile cabiano, say a jitum. Number 1, what's the personnel so now more course our duty? No, you haven't been able to identify them. Granted. Point 2, Nipa no mo born in the crown, unya hu no. Enya hu ni dibre, enya hu ni otie. Say a journal no ben oye yate ase. Then point 2, obaya what's the nipa krono oye semtroni. What is oye semtroni? Number 3, what's also baya what's the nipa krono na ya budu video de mo no oye suspected criminal oye kromfo oye obi a mususu se oye kromfo. It is mususu se sa nipa krono ye kromfo a who are you referring to? Are you referring to the journalist? You are born no and now say another person I suspect say or for which is which? More tradia mon kai say seven predators are Ghana for ya dream do. Yes, seven predators are Jimmy for not have 2 foot road ya gu ani I say, the Mupebia na betu yakache. Look, Ghanaians are not timid. We are not stupid. Okay? Ghana for yenim day. Yenim ye. It is a Ghana ni sorry so kwa ya de. Or sorry, say be asabi or yesem Johnny and I saw you a different person. No kwa ya bibi na se on tiasia. There should be a level of engagement at a certain level. And Sama, you can throw your weight and be doing that. You can just exhibit that madness, you call it assault. Tienye, a suspected thief who had earlier attacked Tio, what would drop Mucha? Yes, say, Sandy Pakoro, what's the so your comfort? Now, before sales our video, now, South Comfort, the car attacking. Fire service personnel in what capacity or attacking say or ye day say fire service in a day I said ordinary sakano and that's what attacking no yeah they see here along with a group of accomplished at the fire scene. Point number 4, management of the service has constituted a committee to investigate the incidents thoroughly and establish all relevant facts. So right now, Ghana National Fire Service, they don't person muka che Ghana for. But muka che say ya dream war ha na say say personnel na obo fire scene hono no. You haven't been able to identify them. The ones in the viral video beating a suspected thief or a suspected journalist or whoever. When you identify Sandy Pakro no. It is what are you people investigating? Is it within your mandate to investigate an assault case, or it is within your mandate to investigate a fire situation? It is a samba. That's a jabi to baby. We investigate because that is your field, that is your expertise. But you do not have that expertise to investigate assault. Yabu obi, yakoko titi obi, yakoko yobi bibi. It is not within your powers. You hand over to the police. Because entry number 1, Mwakasa Ghana for say, Mosako for the Munim they see yet. Mwakasa Moko for the Munim or Momunya who when the Muja to me identify one. Entry number 2, Mosaka says Sandy Pakrono, Mosusa or Yesem no problem. And true number 3, most of the Ghana for say, Sandy Pakrono, a criminal, your cron 4, most suspected your cron 4. And true number 4, Sandy Pakrono, a attack firefighter, and that's a fire service personnel, or attack the day. You know, yeah, they see here. Now, what to hold near time helmets and a boat, are you going to be silenced? Desmond, let me ask you this direct question. You know I know this situation. You know I've been a victim before. And you know this situation very well. Sir, who did the now be at time helmet? No, they're about to shoot with him. Are you going to sit there aloof? The first time someone about trust and cross some way. This thing, and I'm tell Ghana for say, as if say Ghana for your name answer. Trying to create a defense out of this. Look, this issue will not lie today or tomorrow. We cannot turn this country into a banana republic where everybody can just get up and be doing anything anyhow. You attach your emotions and sentiments to a human now. Seven predecessor, I didn't hear you. No, so the point number 5. While Ghana Fire Service condemns acts on its personnel, whoa, as at this point, which is very usual, because I don't know for no suma. Now the Suba Fire Service personnel be momo ko boase. So mo ko numja, ebi no mu wuye. Sankofo they didn't enjoy any single insurance for anybody. Instead of you, Ghana for your tell me, can be Bible said, Yenya Kadia for Mamma, Namufanya, Wajuma, Montano, Namukosina, Namukodis, and Fumo Honomo, Muyana Buchan, that took Ghana in the said, as a Ghana in the answer. Moko kocha trofo and the 20 pakrono so to make it look as if say the pakrono onim nyansa onim nya oye nti enkwese hwe because you are the man in power, you are the man in uniform, you are in authority, so you can misbehave anyhow. What? So the Ghana National Fire Service is saying they condemn attacks on its personnel and equally frowns upon any form of physical or verbal assault on civilians by its personnel, regardless of the level of provocation. Share, my make us ask them we. And Ghana Fire Service for a code of conduct. No level of provocation, and I repeat. Director Bacho Fahemi. Here, I will work as a code of conduct. No level of provocation should warrant any officer from the Ghana National Fire Service to say, Anthony Safamobi and offer them from Mobi Prano. No level of provocation should warrant such a barbaric act. Everybody say, now a conformable and so. Atie gubako for so e born the left and right na kwase pan ni be free baby atam helmet no the back kwani trim pie na so wunua no na na kameni sa some fool we dey akere no e pra no wi aka kere say wa oya krofo do you handle criminal issues? Yay, Ghana National Fire Service, do you handle criminal issues? Tell us. If you handle criminal issues, tell us. If you do not handle criminal issues, do you have that mandate to just get somebody, arrest somebody, and beat the person, assault the person, and tell us to say, oh, you're a criminal, and that's all you're crying for? Do you have that? That don't fall with your jurisdiction? This is purely madness at the highest level. It is not because we don't love you. We love you so much. But this level of madness should stop. Now, I'm just saying, the Ghana National Fire Service, that is the last point. Point 6. The Ghana National Fire Service therefore urges the public to remain calm. Ghanaians will never remain calm and exercise restraints whilst investigation continues. This is a diversionary tactics to make sure to water the case down. And yes, sir, diversionary tactics now. Oh yeah, so nyabutre yegusi ye hwehwe mu oboa opeso ma asam ne ba form na fa kire kokko pacho. Number 7, I will break it down for you to understand it very well. Number 7, I must say the Ghana National Fire Service remains committed to professionalism, accountability, and transparency in discharge of its mandate, and will continue to cooperate with the media and relevant stakeholders or authorities to ensure accurate public information. Further updates on this matter will be communicated as necessary. Signed by Desmond E. Aka. That's my very own brother, divisional officer, DO2. On the head of public relations. No, look. Yemrefi. Look, Desmond, DO2 Desmond, with the greatest of respect and humility to you, we are not stupid. You know this thing, and you're not a BSc pay. What did you do? When you told me, or when you told some other people who fell into victims of the same circumstance, Ekachira was saying, Mama, no they see, eh? At your own pace, you decided to massage the issue to make it look as if the Pakron was bought down, not doing Yajuma, until offer the choir some soho. More and more so you could draw, I catch your beer, or would the helmet, I will body trim. Sir, some brothers also, Nimiasa. Someone are more serious as the Pakron for. Muna mo sese sa ni pakro ye semtroni muna mo sese munya hu sa ni pakro no sa akofo kroya mo sa so nya kukuduro abeka che se ye di na wo mame anaso wunya brema na ye sa de we ya na kabetu be je wo ka che se ye di ye nya kukuduro ni ye twen aya wo a na kabeka sa fo no de akere. You see, like I keep saying, we love you guys so much. We acknowledge the fact to say Moye, yachishire bonsa gumachi. Moya well equipped in your line of duty. Muni mo ho akade, muni mo ho hwe, abode be adwuma. We are professionals, but some of these things is completely out of order. Now, move your messenger could not cast us and fool the Chagana was a Dina, China. Do you investigate issues? The same person can say, more than some Ghana Police Service. Mumu Korea Sakate said, most also Yakushimu, it's one day in tomb. Yay. More Ghana National Fire Service for. In your own write-up, must say, more handing over the issue or the matter to the Ghana Police Service for investigations. Mukreya must say, must constitute a panel or a kofua or when you on your behalf or the Ghana National Service. I want person just a Ghana for your answer now. No person just a Ghana for your answer. You are bringing the image of the country too low. Look. The firefighters are so professionals. We know them, we love them. But hey, when it comes to some of these issues, it is a no-go area. It's a no-go area. You don't compromise with some of these things because it is the madness. It is a madness at this highest level. Please, be straight answer. Yes, answer. For now, you didn't get how to say now. And now, obi to be booby, obi to be assault, obi, or say question, and penny and pan question because over to me. Ha! And now, I didn't go on no more. You become like me. Mummy, someone can say, Munipabako, your friend say, King, and I am King, your friend. One of your public relations guys, King, Mummy Sano. He was one of those days, somewhere around last year, assaulted by the Ghana National, the National Security personnel. He was assaulted by the National Security personnel. And you condemned the issue, you couldn't fight it because it was a national security. And the moment you was it your mandate? Some bunipa. A brand say, or call ye, or Danny Wendy. So yes, some trony. Now, or show the way I know we see here, Jumana. And they were not see book of one now. They were beating those people because of themselves are for the one way go see. The same thing and they see what Boadu. Always is about for force. I pull wall. I go see because that's how for who's wrong. They were afraid of the man. But it takes a bold journalist to be able to go forward and see what is happening and also report that madness to the police. And to say, Momo say, Munim nipa kro, Momo say, or yes, I'm Johnny, Momo Korea must say, Sako nipa no ya kromfo, no problem. Nipa ni ba no, obeda ni hwadi, or no say, obeda ni hwadi, and it's not some. You see, one of the things I hate so much in my life, I will yet say, try to be so. I never call me tea on my brother, a come cry. How the young man was here, somebody better the bad day, and somebody shall be a bit control, and that will be so, just to gain your superiority. Sir, Obama, when my Benjamin team, it's so quite draw, and the two Jebby so, now what we are doing didn't offer one day. Eh? Saturday, send me a come. Not ye. I better to say, Obaye, and a crowd, or than when did the tremble. Tremble so some trony. Now, I should the way I must book of one now. Then I won't say, and I know my Juma. A report. I can't tell so. A summer SC war a Hanumuni. It is a Kobasa Bibinia. This is the current situation, and that is a journalistic practice. Obefre, and you're not drawn to conclusion. He doesn't have any research to do any findings, but just to inform people, say, this is what is happening at this very particular area. So please take note. In case, say, Obiabe used to say, now, the same way that you will munti, yes, Robert first so use another alternative route to be able to get to your destination as fast as possible, or whichever reason best known to us. Now, that you say, or report here at the man station, and now the station here where said the air cost question. Officers now start to say so.
Beating up, assaulting the civilians around. So I decided to capture the scene. So
you see, That is the fundamental truth. That is the fundamental truth. Because omo kodi nsafun wo hono mo. Omo kodi nsafun e wo sin hono mo. Yesi kokodum ja. Yan kan tro se kokotam obi, kofa hammer, na kofa helmet, na kofa ade fa kokobo obi. Because they were beating up people. Almost was Centroni no, our hono mo is going to capture everything. Why then, in the first place, did you seize the phone from the journalist? Now, what's this? Why body be here? Somebody at the power. We are the power. Why then would you see somebody's phone? For what? Most is it for some more no. Somebody at the power. Now come back to be so offer the phone from now. Now money there was now. You see, sometimes let us separate common sense from madness. Where your common sense? So even if Sanka Umra Humpona, way a adrenaline yansan at the two. Sir, Nipan what is so obuobi. And I remember Sanchoni Mijina Horna, Miss okay. Yasibumra Bedumja, Namasa, my Nasabu Bobi dia, and the Missumi camera near, Missumi video mu, or move up and what to go pie. I don't bet to go up so.
I saw them coming in their numbers, about 10 of them, including the guy who approached me. So they came, and then they held my neck, pulled my hands. But I would say, Bako Edika confrontono. I don't know what down where the church say or yes and true. But I am super phone is what no mudi watch no muninti. I don't watch a cofa no more boo. SCZ phones. I am self-attenti. You see, sometimes you people expect us to respect you when you don't respect yourselves. This is Kasoa. I am not saying say Kasoa, super ordinary super baby be a yes room could be a chance to be as bet me alcohol more, baby be a bet me a found wedding. No. They are equally human beings. But let us assume without admitting, say, go further now, war born. Now, fire service for born. Now, do what I say. See, I come in a boom and I'm do 50 on that scene. And I'm not just walk away now, ever to go soon almost more retaliate and I can't the BC. No, young to the way, young to the way. Some more matching for four, and my men no papanum, a boo because of their wrongdoing. Yea. Ye fa so buy from so I am from so I am to me say mo free Ghana police service for na omumra no ma rescue situation no and that's what teach go for why ye body na mo say what is akofo no e bo won it is a mo bo won no e na krobafo ni na bra na o mati gubo so na mo say o so retaliate a na ka dey na besi chapter say musuya yansa mo say uniform that is not the end. Now, Abranti, I go confront one of them. I confront journalists. I don't catch this all yes and training and no. This is the video. This is the evidence. Oh, we understand Maku edu one person, one single young journalist. Nipo Maku pe. Na ko for Maku edu. I'm not take Abranti so. Na pepa. You see, the most painful aspect is, baby, I can't not drink anymore or tam helmet and the boy Abranti way tribunal. What about them? Are you crazy? It is on your own way. In as much as we condemn whatever act here, civilians here on the scene, more to me could do a time helmet at the ball be just because more boom confirm our own video. Really? Now we have a chance to their trap and so say, no, you're cromfo or you're suspected thief. And I was yes, I'm Tony, and I'm Mukramunimino. And oh, come on, Charlie. Hey, Munya Sasa Buno, Munya Paluno. See the madness that is engulfed in our country. It is a member of parliament in the Benjamin Mua. Nakabranti that can say the phone. Near to me and the fire service for what's up you before. Near to me, tell us. Near to me, Namo. Look, Moko baby bra. Now the Muko Kodumja. Ghana for the Dwana. Try to assault you. We condemn that act 100%, more than 100%. We acknowledge the fact that you people are suffering in your line of duty. We acknowledge the fact that you people are handicapped in your line of duty. But we will not acknowledge that madness from you people because it is becoming one too many. And yet those who come out of do. Now the madness aspect of it is that was your boa and kwesi. Hey. Se mimi dia na ba na go kwesi.
Amobai na kwokro na kwaya ba bebu kotodwe no say na mo the system frustrating and the man in uniform we don't arrest the person you try the man no bad one better the statement now what have you now you're trying to create unnecessary defense mo di the phone here dey na mo wie so basa kwakọ wi anaka ho mo wie basa kwakọ wi anaka ho enti sa brante we our man account ene mo a mo wie sika na ye konfo omo the statement about bonting signed by the CEO. You know that King can be. Now, Class Media first statement about the buyer signed by their own CEO. HS said, on behalf of Class Media, I express my deep concern over the assault of one of our journalists by personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service. Such incidents not only threatens the press freedom and the safety of journalists, but also undermines Ghana's credibility and standing as champions of media freedom. We urge all the relevant authorities to conduct a swift and impartial investigations to establish the facts and ensure accountability. Our journalist was performing his lawful duties, and we expect full cooperation from all parties to safeguard media practitioners. We remain committed to promoting responsible journalism and call for calm as this matter is addressed. Signed by Alhaji Seydou Agongo, CEO Edema Class Media. Sa issue aye bako, aye mienu, aye miensa, aye gusu koso. Mema Ghana ni bia nye na adwen se. Mema Ghana ni bia nye na adwen se. Oye superior che obi. Emra eye mra. Senaka ye ne mo Ghana National Fire Service a. Naka you just render an unqualified apology to the general public for this barbaric sin. Because in any case, Ghana said the Pakoni ya konfo and I'm watching no. No problem. Is it within your mandate to beat up the person? But to be said something the Pakwana Bubunana. So the Pakwana ya konfo. You hand over the person to the police. That is the level of investigations we have in our country. Please, let us respect ourselves accordingly. We're making sure that we respect every single individual. But because of the fact that now what you now the helmet and the body trim and so nani pakro no kokowu uwie wasam kotwa ntro dia to ni pakro no say that the pakro no ye krofo peter yo mami akoko peter yo mami akoko. Do you investigate criminals? Do you investigate criminals? Please, the Ghana Police Service, like it's been said, you people should conduct an impartial investigations because the law is the law and is the law. Emra, sasu emra. Nasadia, you're making sure that the officers in charge will be punished accordingly. Nebi CBM. BCBM. And this has BCBM. Because Abdante just said, "Mobi Anisika." Marcus has carried more statements in him. Abdante just said, "What's in the phone?" Na member of parliament now call your other Roma and Anisaka on the phone. I know what I said. You didn't state it categorically in your statement. It is need the phone. So we're retrieving the phone now. Nisika de suswe 10,200 and mo ka ho asem say kwabrania fiskano mwadi. And the Ghana National Fire Service is telling us that they have not been able to identify the personnel who were on duty at that time. Hey, yay. It is a bokoye and a fofian tuata. Nyame man kwachiri kura empire ye. And Nanka Fire Service need personnel bako and a shooting them. Naka, would you tell me say you have not been able to identify such a person?
munya asem hunu no ya bremo ye ka bi mamo we love you guys, we appreciate the work you guys are doing, but some of these things are completely out of order. You're completely out of order. You're completely madness at the highest level. Please, let's stop it. I.e., Ghana National Fire Service in Kwan, the Ghana Police Service, the military, the immigration for the prison service, and all other security agencies. Please, with the greatest of respect, much criminals are. It is not within your mandate to pronounce that person a criminal or a thief. It is within the jurisdiction of the court to pronounce that person a thief. In other case, book will be actually mo check no friata. Book will be actually abuna mo check no friata na mo no. Odu mom na abo Ghana krono, odu na abo sese abo Ghana krono. It is not within obi a sabi brothers or yes junior ye na juma. And I'm tata no.